Hello everyone, how are you today? Hope you are well. Today we would like to talk about photos, photography, 摄影. And would you please open a book to page 120, 120页. And Sue, would you please turn on your microphone?
Yes.
Hi Sue, how are you?
Great, thank you. And you?
Pretty good, thank you. So today we will look at photos. Open the 120, 120页. 今天要学的就是，如果说你想要扩展自己的单字，其实就会做一个蜘蛛网的练习。像120页呢，中间是 photography， 就是摄影。那从摄影这个字，你可以想到什么呢？你就可以自己呢拿一张空白的纸，然后就画，说你想到什么。那它有示范一些字，我们首先看上面的字哈。So please read that to me. Camera,
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 landscape,
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 风景 background,
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 背景 picture,
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 也可以说 photo 那 picture 有可能是画，有可能是照片，都有可能。shape,
shape,
微笑 shape,
shape,
shape, shape 是形状。beautiful,
beautiful,
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 weird,
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 非常奇怪的，你也可以说 strange， weird 奇怪的。好，那我们要看下面呢，我们就是自己拿一张空白的纸练习一下。等一下我问同学，你想到哪一些字呢？好，首先呢，先看这只网 web 的上面是想到 photography 呢，这个作者想到 types。好 ，types 就是它的种类，或是呈现的方向哈。好，他有想到是 portrait，
portrait,
就是画像。因为呢，画像就是有人物嘛，有可能是人物的那个头，或是他的样子。所以呢，说到照相呢，有可能是照人。好 ，wildlife，
wildlife,
有可能是野外的，野外的生物也有可能。好，然后看右边 equipment，
equipment,
说到呢，照相机需要什么？说到 photography 呢，它有什么样的设备呢？ lens，
lens,
镜片 ，flash，
flash,
就是闪光灯。好，然后 camera，
camera,
我们现在当然可以用手机啦 ，cell phone 没问题，所以你旁边就可以加一个 cell。然后再看右下角的地方 ，opinions of photos。
opinions of photos,
那关于相片呢，你有什么样的意见呢？ strange，
strange,
这照片很奇怪，或是 stunning，
stunning,
stunning，
stunning,
令人目瞪口呆，有可能是好的，有可能是不好的。stunning， 那个 t 发低的音，所以 stunning，
stunning,
stunning， boring，
boring,
无聊。还有呢，好，大家边听边写哦，边听边写。那还会有什么呢？譬如说，我刚才有提到啊，beautiful， 对，或是inspiring， 很令人启发的，启发性的 inspiring。那有可能是什么呢？有可能是 controversial 啊，就是很争议的。然后呢，有可能是什么呢？所以你再想看看呢，哈。好，素，你有想到什么呢
interesting,
？Interesting，嗯哼，还有呢
great,
？Great，good，OK，continue，看左下角的地方哈，aspects。
aspects,
aspects 呢，就是各种方面哈，什么方面？譬如说，颜色方面是怎么样？颜色很鲜艳，或是颜色是黑白的。好，space 空间，譬如说，这照片看起来好像那个房间很大，空间。perspective 角度，好，譬如说，它好像是从高处照下来，或是从低处照上去哈。还有 light，它的灯光如何？还有呢，大家再想一下哦，哪个方面？好，树，你有想到什么呢？
dark,
哦，dark，很暗。好，还有你也想到它的 background，就是它的背景如何。然后我还想到 shape，有的照相的 shape，shape，它的形状怎么样？好，这很广哈。再往上看呢，other words for photo，for Photoshop，好，你要说照片有哪种说法呢？你也可以说 shutter，sorry，shutter 有点像枪射出去那个也叫 shutter，然后摄影也是 shutter，image 影像，还有呢，你也可以说 picture，好，所以下一个可以说是 picture。然后最上面我们刚才还没有讲完，就是有哪一些 type 呢？有哪些型呢？譬如说 portrait 是画像，wildlife 野生动物，那你也可以说 landscape 叫风景，叫风景。现在呢，我们先看下面有一句哈。So please read the blue one. It's a bit strange.
it's a bit strange, but I really like it.
Me too. I love the background. Like it 合起来叫 like it.
Cute.
Okay. But I really like it. Like it. Like it.
Like,
所以就说 I really like it.
like
I
it.
really like it.
I really like it.
121页的地方呢，这个女生呢，叫 Hannah Reese，她呢 is a travel photographer，她是一个旅行的摄影师 photographer from the Philippines。菲律宾呢是很多岛的国家，所以你用了，然后再加 s， 好，the Philippines。So would you please read after me? The Philippines.
The Philippines.
The Philippines. And now we will listen to her story and try to mark. 这三个里面呢，有的不是答案，有的是哈，至少要选两个。好，我们来念一下：Using the right equipment.
Using the right equipment.
他说呢，she says are important when taking a photo。他觉得什么对照相来说很重要了？第一是用对仪器，对吗？不知道哦，你要听。Being in the right place，
Being the right place.
在对的地方。Understanding light，
Understanding light.
你要了解光，譬如说不要背光，这大家都知道哈。你要很懂得光，所以我们等一下听的时候呢，打勾，3个选2个。
And I'm really lucky. Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a documentary and travel photographer from the Philippines. Photography is a great passion of mine, and I'm really lucky that my job is something that I love. People sometimes ask me about what's important when taking a photo. Well, to me, the most important thing is making sure you are in the right place to take the photograph. But this doesn't mean that you have to be somewhere very far from home. Sometimes the right place can just be in your backyard, your school, or your neighborhood. Of course, there are also technical things that a good photographer needs to learn. As a photographer, you need to make sure you learn how to observe light. You need to be able to understand how different times of day make for different kinds of images. My favorite time to take photographs is right before sundown, when the light is very soft. This is one of my favorite photos. I took it when I was in Batanes, an island in the Philippines, photographing indigenous cultures. I like the perspective and the color, but also I like it because it shows how lovely my country is, and it reminds me of the wonders of childhood when everything felt like a giant playground.
Okay, we'll listen time later. So for first time, I would like to ask you questions about what did you find? Yang Jingfen, Jennifer.
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. The day's great.
Great.
Yeah,
Nice to hear that.
it's
And so Jennifer,
the end of the end working day of this year.
oh, you don't have to work tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow
Oh,
is
so
holiday. Yes.
oh, tomorrow is a holiday. Oh, that's
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah,
You
great.
forgot.
Okay. Yeah. So what did you hear today from the Hannah?
She said that to being in a right place to take photo is very important.
Yes. So the
And also
answer,
is the second one, and also she think to understand when to take picture and the light is very different, so to understand light is very important too.
great. So the answer is 2 and 3, right?
2 and 3, yes.
Yes. So Jennifer, do you hear about what's her favorite photo?
I didn't notice that. Sorry.
Great. No problem. No problem. Because we're gonna listen second time. And so let's listen carefully. I will come back to you, okay?
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
So everybody listen carefully for the B. For the B. Watch again. What's her favorite photo? Why does she like it?
Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a documentary and travel photographer from the Philippines. Photography is a great passion of mine, and I'm really lucky that my job is something that I love. People sometimes ask me about what's important when taking a photo. Well, to me, the most important thing is making sure you are in the right place to take the photograph. But this doesn't mean that you have to be somewhere very far from home. Sometimes the right place can just be in your backyard, your school, or your neighborhood. Of course, there are also technical things that a good photographer needs to learn. As a photographer, you need to make sure you learn how to observe light. You need to be able to understand how different times of day make for different kinds of images. My favorite time to take photographs is right before sundown, when the light is very soft. This is one of my favorite photos. I took it when I was in Batanes, an island in the Philippines, photographing indigenous cultures. I like the perspective and the color, but also I like it because it shows how lovely my country is, and it reminds me of the wonders of childhood when everything felt like a giant playground.
Okay. So, Jennifer, do you find it a lovely photo?
I just I'm not listen very careful very clearly. She
Mm.
mentioned about the culture and the Philippines something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right. Actually, we didn't watch. We supposed to watch. 我们要晚一点才看，所以我们就是用听的。其实并没有讲得很清楚，没错 ，You are right. But she mentioned about she likes to show the photo because it shows the culture, right?
Yes.
And also it shows how lovely what is her country. 你只要听到 country 就好了哦哈。我再播一下。OK，最后一句，他说他的国家很可爱。
And it reminds me of the wonders of childhood when everything felt like a giant playground. In the Philippines, photographing indigenous cultures. I like the perspective and the color, but also I like it because it shows how lovely my country is.
哎，有没有听到
有
？It shows how lovely my country is， 对不对？
Yes.
就
Yes.
是我国家非常可爱。Thank you, Jennifer。听力就是这样慢慢的累积，听不就有些听不清楚，真的没关系。你讲中文有时候我们也没很注意听，对不对？所以我们要训练到，就是无论你很注意听，还是没有很注意听，都会听得到。就譬如说你走过去，有人在小声的骂你，你还是听得到啊，虽然你没有很认真听。所以呢，其实我们在训练托福听力的时候呢，就是老师会建议说，你很认真的坐在书桌前，然后看着字这样听，然后呢，再训练自己稍微远一点，不要看字，然后呢，再训练自己放很远，然后好像若隐若现，可是你还是听得懂，这样就很厉害。Thank you, Jennifer. Your English is very good. Thank you. See you later. And 好，我们要继续呢，就是绘画练习，11.3哈。Wait for me.
Hey, look at this picture.
Wow.
Do you hear the CD say, "Hey, look at the picture"?
Yes.
So, okay, great. Let's listen carefully. 先听第一遍。
Hey, look at this picture.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's really unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the colors and the use of space.
Yeah. But I think anyone can make a picture like this with a computer.
I don't think so. I think you still need real talent.
I know what you mean, but I find real photos more interesting.
Okay. So a man and woman are talking about photo on page 120, 120页的 photo. 然后呢，他们两个的对话就是这样。好，请看120页上面的 photo. Photographer Eric Jackson creates striking images that seem impossible. 好，摄影师 Eric 呢，创造了一个 striking image 令人注目的影像，而这个影像似乎不太可能。想象呢，在你家客厅就可以看到一片草地，还有远山，还有一个农夫驾着小车，那个是什么？一个 tray。好，所以呢，striking 呢就是非常的令人注目的。好，那他们的对话就是121页。好，再听一次，我们再请同学对话。
Hey, look at this picture.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's really unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the colors and the use of space.
Yeah. But I think anyone can make a picture like this with a computer.
I don't think so. I think you still need real talent.
I know what you mean, but I find real photos more interesting.
Okay. So some people like it, some people don't really like it. And I would like to invite Joyce. Can you talk to me? Oh, sorry, I got a wrong
Here.
one. Yeah, Joyce, can you talk to me? And Stan 有黄安宇在吗 ？Stan。
Hi.
Hey, Stan. So, Stan, can you read B and Joyce A? Please go.
Look at the picture.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Really, it's really unusual, isn't it?
Unusual. Unusual.
Unusual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love the colors and the use of space.
Yeah. But I think anyone can make a picture like this with a computer.
I don't think so. I think you will need real talent.
I know what you mean, but I find real photos more interesting.
I would like to ask Stan, do you like real pictures or like the page 120?
I think the photo like 120 is pretty. It's also good. It's also impressive.
Yeah, I think so. I used to like I'm thinking about maybe I can put the beach 蓝色的那个白色海滩，然后蓝色的海在我的客厅。I think that would be very good because I really like beaches. So I really like this kind of photo. And how about you, Joyce? Do you like this kind of photo?
No,
You don't
I
like it?
prefer I prefer to like the real photo.
Oh, you like real photos. You don't think this photo is real, like a fake, 有点假假的, right? Thank you, guys. Talk to you later, Joyce and Stan. And now, I would like to invite one more. This one is really easy, actually. Oh, that's fine. Let's save the time. I would like to invite Sue. Sue, would you please read the blue one for me?
I like this photo. I took it a few weeks ago in the park. I like the colors and the light.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Good. 122页. What's your opinion? So we will learn how to discuss your opinion. Look at the image on the opposite page and read the information below. Do you think the image is real or digitally altered? Discuss with a partner. 好，请看着呢，123页这个图。然后呢，现在呢，有一个 gentleman 要来说呢，你要如何判别123页这个图是真的还是假的呢？他有建议，第一个你要看它的光有没有一致，会不会有的光是暗的，有的光是亮的，这样就是一定是人造的。第二个你要注意的是有没有那个就是 bending， 就是有没有弯曲的地方假假的，或是它的表面假假的，那就不对。第三，你要注意的是，它有没有什么东西特别大，什么东西特别小，它的 size 方面有没有很奇怪？所以我们要看着这个图，然后听他的讲的话，看你有没有听到这3个重点，我刚才讲的。
How to tell if a photo is not real. Modern
So can you hear the CD?
Yes, I can.
Great.
technology makes it possible to create and change images very easily. How can you tell if a photo is not real?
How can you tell？ 就是你如何分辨？
Ask yourself these 4 questions.
问自己4个问题。
Are there any differences in the lighting and shadows?
好，光线 light、shadow 影子有没有什么不同？其实这个小朋友也有影子诶，
Is anything in the photo too big or too small?
有没有什么东西太大或太小的呢？这个小朋友太小了。
Are there any strangely curved or bending surfaces?
有没有很奇怪的 curve，C-U-R-V-E 就是弯曲的地方，在表面上有没有奇怪的弯曲的地方？其实我是看不出来。
Use your common sense. Is anything else unusual?
好，那用你的常识判断，有没有什么东西是怪怪的？我觉得怪怪的，可能就是那个大理石的纹路，它就等于是那个小孩子的手了，所以我觉得这个就不合理，因为大理石的纹路怎么会这么大呢？好，所以呢，我们听得懂这4个重点就可以了，请再听一遍哦。好。
How to tell if a photo is not real. Modern technology makes it possible to create and change images very easily. How can you tell if a photo is not real? Ask yourself these 4 questions. Are there any differences in the lighting and shadows? Is anything in the photo too big or too small? Are there any strangely curved or bending surfaces? Use your common sense. Is anything else unusual?
然后呢，我们要再回来看122页的地方哈。How to tell if a photo is not real? Modern technology makes it possible to create and change images very easily. How can you tell if a photo is not real? Ask yourself these 4 questions. 第一个呢，请素帮我们念。Are there any?
Are there any difference in the lighting and the shadows?
Very good. Difference is 复数 ，lightening 就是光线。好，那这个2个男生女生好像在一起，可是我们很明显知道他们俩光线差太多了。好 ，Number 2 is anything in the photo too big or too small？ 有没有什么东西在它的？So do you find anything too big or small？ 第2个相片。
Apple and her hands are
Yes,
big.
I think that is not her hand, right? Very big. That's true. Yeah, an apple. That's true. Number 3, Sue, please.
Are there any strangely curved or bending surfaces?
Surfaces. 好 curve 就是有曲线的 ，bending 也是弯弯的，然后 surfaces 就是表面。因为呢，现在很多人喜欢 P 图呢，就很好笑，把自己的腿 P 得非常漂亮，结果呢，墙壁是歪的，所以就很容易看出来。好，如果你有去特力屋，或是有Costco，他们贴在墙壁上的呢，你会注意看，它的桌子看起来好像很漂亮，可是跟墙壁是歪的，你就会发现这就是 P 的不够好看。好，我们看看这里有什么呢？感觉上它左边那一个图好像那个墙壁好像有一点凸出来的感觉。好 ，Number 4, use your common senses. Is anything else unusual? 用你的常识叫 common sense。好，速念一下 common sense。
Common sense.
好。Anything else unusual? 不太寻常 unusual。好，速 how do you think about this?
The hand between the girls is stranger.
Yeah, I think it's unusual， 不太寻常吧？手怎么放也不会放这样，因为 suppose 那个女生她的个子比较小，应该不会放这么高，而且颜色跟那个女生的也不
还有那个
一样。
方向。
对，好难这样子搭过去哈。对，所以这就是 P 图哈。当然有 P 图高手，我们知道。那其实这个很争议，就是 P 图要不要立法？因为如果是像是有那个小玉帮人家 P 图不好的照片或是影片，那当然是犯法。可是 那其他就不犯法了吗？如果有人就 P 图一个名人，然后去卖药品，那当然也是犯法呀，有肖像权。所以我觉得这个还是不要乱开玩笑比较好，因为要尊重每一个人的肖像哈。好，我们来看11.5哈。好，listen to two people discussing the image on the opposite page. Why do they think the image is not real? 好，等一下呢，我们要有听两个人在讲话，那他会讲123页这个图是真的假的，我们来听他的对话。好，他们的结论是说 not real，那为什么呢？请再听一遍，然后告诉我他们用什么来判断哦。他有讲到 think。
刚刚的那个 video 没有声音哦。
哦，没有声音 ，sorry。好，再来 share 一遍。哦，sorry about that，谢谢。好，那这两的对话呢，有讲到 sink，S-I-N-K 呢，就是洗手盆，哈 ，sink。然后有讲到呢 direction，wrong direction 就是错误的方向。所以他觉得那个男生，那个小男生怎么样呢？请注意听。
Look at this picture. Do you think it's real?
Wow, it looks real, but I've never seen a sink that big.
Yeah. Look at the lighting. To me, something isn't quite right.
I think you're right. And look at the boy's shadow. I think it's going in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah. That looks a bit weird. Okay. I think this is definitely not real.
好，等一下要告诉我第一点是什么，第二点是什么，第三点是什么？好，再听一遍，然后呢，一边听一边做笔记。
Look at this picture. Do you think it's real?
Wow, it looks real, but I've never seen a sink that big.
Yeah. Look at the lighting. To me, something isn't quite right.
I think you're right. And look at the boy's shadow. I think it's going in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah. That looks a bit weird. Okay. I think this is definitely not real.
I would like to invite Alice 刘梦婷。
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Alice, can you tell me about what do they talk about?
The man said that something is wrong about the lighting.
Yeah. What happened about the lighting?
And the woman said the boy's shadow is in the wrong direction.
True. What does he mean by wrong direction here? 哪一边才是正确的 direction 呢？你觉得？
That 是左边吗？
Yeah，你有看到那个 fountain， 那个 tap tab， 就是水龙头的那个方向，不是在后面有影子吗？所以灯光是不是应该从前面，我们的前面照过去他们的后面 ？But you look at the boy 的影子是在前面，boy 的前面。如果 boy 是真的的话，boy 的 shadow shadow 应该是要 behind him， 在他的后面，对不对？对 ，direction。Also you talk about what else? The size. What size did they talk about? Do you hear S-I-N-K, sink?
Think it's too big.
Oh, the sink is too big. Yes. So we have three aspects. One is the lightning, 光, and second one is the shadow, wrong direction, right? And third is what? Sink, the size of sink. Yeah, good. So thank you. And next time you understand, how do you tell me the story again? 就是把刚才听到的用自己的方式再讲一遍。好 ，Thank you, Alice.
Okay.
Long time no see.
嗯
我记得你上次好像有点请假，是不是？Long time ago. Okay. See you later. And now we will continue about our watch and study the language in the chart. 好，我们要看这一个图表呢。Do you think this photo is interesting? Yes, I do. I think it's very interesting. 我们要学的就是一个很有趣的，就是如果我觉得它没有很有趣的话呢，你的否定要放在 think 的前面，你就说 I don't think it's interesting. 然后呢，你不会说 I think it's not interesting， 所以很有趣，这是一个英文很特别的文法，中文是没有问题哈，所以我们要来绕一下嘴巴哈。好 ，So do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Great， 好，然后我念，你回答哈，你两个都回答。Do you think this photo is interesting?
Yes, I do. I think it's very interesting. No, I don't. I don't think it's interesting.
Good. So do you think today is cold?
Yes, I think
Do.
it's very
Oh.
cold today.
Oh yeah, a little bit. So Sue, do you think today is very hot?
Hot? No, I
Mm.
don't. I don't think it's very hot today.
Good. I don't think it's very hot today. 所以记得把那个否定放在 think 的前面。Very good. Okay, continue. What do you think of this image?
I think that it's amazing.
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 Continue. I feel it's overrated.
I feel that it's overrated.
Oh.
I believe that it's her best one. I find it boring.
Find 很特别，就是 I find it 直接加 boring， 不用再加 it is 了哦，不用 find it boring, find it beautiful， 所以它是比较特别的那个用法。Overrated 呢 ，rate 呢就是排行，或是很多人按赞呢。Overrated 叫做过誉，过誉就是太过，然后名誉的誉，过誉了。Overrated。再来 continue 哈。How do you feel about this photo? This picture?
It looks like a painting. It looks fake.
好，想到呢，我们要学的是什么呢 ？Look like 要加名词，它看起来像什么？一定要名词。It looks 要加形容词。好，那我们要想一个，it looks like. It looks. 好，等一下再造句好了。再来 ，What's your opinion of this shot?
To me, it's kind of weird.
Weird 很奇怪。Weird. In my opinion.
In my opinion, it's stunning.
Stunning. Good.
Stunning.
In my opinion 是不是啊 ？In my opinion.
In my opinion,
it's stunning.
it's
It's stunning. 好，对我来说呢，它真的是，就是说很令人惊讶的意思哈，令人惊讶的意思，说不出话来，不知道是很好还是很不好。好，所以我们今天有学到1、2、3个文法，一个是 I think it's amazing. I feel it's overrated. I believe that it's her best one. I find it boring. 我觉得这是她最好的一张。I believe it's her best one. 好，所以呢，这些都很好用。看123页，好，就是 complete the questions and answers using the words in parentheses. 好 ，parentheses 就叫括号，用括号的那个字呢，然后完成问题还有解答。好，我跟素很快速的念一下哈。1B gorgeous， 对啊，赞美人超好用的，因为在国外人家如果说 Christine is gorgeous， 我就觉得哦，这个人的话要打折，就是小心。有的人他嘴巴超甜的哦，美呆了这样，所以听了一定要打折，不然会迷失自己哈。好，美呆了 gorgeous， landscape 风景 boring 就是事情是令人无聊的，但是我现在好无聊，我觉得很无聊，不知道做什么事，要加 D。I am bored。速讲一遍 ，I'm bored。哎，我觉得无聊，但是这件事情令人无聊是 It is boring。It is boring。这个东西听是很简单，可是一定要好好讲哈，好好讲，就是你讲错会不好意思。I am boring 听起来说哦，我跟你讲，我是一个很无聊的人。当然你也可以这样说啦，但是你原来的如果不是要这么讲的话，就会意思不一样。然后你又说别人说，哎，你很无聊吗？Are you boring？ 这不是很没礼貌吗？哎，你是不是一个很无聊的人？你说，哎，你现在是不是有点无聊 ？Are you bored？ 那就没关系哈。好，第3 portrait 就是画像哈，画像或是人的像。weird strange 一样的意思。好，花1分钟把它写完。I would like to ask Franz to talk about the answer. 范君杰 Rex.
Hi.
Hi, Nelly. Would you please check the answer for me? Number 1.
How do you feel about this picture?
Yes. Okay, I would like to answer. I think it's gorgeous. Number 2.
What do you think of this landscape?
Did you look at 122页蓝色的字 What do you think of 有没有？对，好 ，One more time, please.
What do you think of this landscape?
I find it a little boring.
Number 3.
Yes, please.
What's your opinion of this portrait?
对这一个人物像有什么意见吗？I don't believe it's real. Number 4.
Do you think this picture is weird?
Yes, I do. It seems strange. Thank you. Now, everyone, please come back. Speaking of photography, we have a lot of doubts about real photos or fake photos. 我们先看呢，10大惊奇，世界10大惊奇的 photos， 然后大家呢看完之后呢，要跟我讲，你觉得哪一个最奇怪，然后你有什么看法？所以呢，请选2个，你比较有感觉的，然后我们要练习对话。Wait for me.
Every picture has a story.
So, can you watch the video?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Let's go.
Well, some of these stories are only interesting. 10 mysterious photos that still can't be
请大家做笔记，然后想比较有感觉的。
explained. Every picture has a story. While some of these stories are only interesting to your friends or family, some images gave birth to endless discussions and made history. They were taken by ordinary people and certainly weren't edited. Right Side collected 10 historical photos that look like fantastic movie shots. Prepare to be amazed, and you will see evidence of time travel, ghost photos, and pyramids on the moon. Mwah. Number 1. A monster off the coast of Hook Island. Do you believe monsters, like the famous Scottish Nessie, are real? Or do you prefer to think they only live in our imagination? In any case, it looks like one of them was caught on camera in Australia years ago. Many people on the internet believe this picture was photoshopped. However, it was taken long before Photoshop was created. In 1965, the photographer Robert Laserac noticed a suspicious object near Hook Island in Australia. He immediately took a photo of the monster, which is still the subject of zoologists' discussions. Number 2. Hestalin Valley Lights. This shot was taken by a Norwegian photographer with a 30-second exposure. It isn't the only evidence of the existence of strange, luminous objects flying over the Hestalin Valley in central Norway. People living in the valley first noticed and reported these strange lights in 1981. Spectral analysis shows that this object consists of silicon, iron, and scandium. Scientists still have many questions about it. What are these lights? Are they dangerous to humans? Can they become a new energy source? Let's see if we can get these questions answered since observations of the lights continue. Number 3. Black Knight. This unidentified object was first captured by an artificial satellite in 1960. NASA specialists immediately named it Black Knight. Since then, the mysterious object keeps appearing and disappearing from the Earth's orbit. There is a whole satellite conspiracy theory about it. It says the aliens are spying on us using this aircraft. Scientists say this is a fragment of artificial origin. Well, the alien version sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Number 4. Babushka Lady. Really? On November 22, 1963, the American President John Kennedy was shot dead in Dallas. There are still many unanswered questions connected with this assassination. One of them has to do with a mysterious woman holding a camera in one hand. She was caught on camera by some photographers. The woman was wearing a headscarf in an old Russian lady's manner, so she was nicknamed Babushka Lady. Special services were trying to find her for a long time, since she may have captured the president's assassination on camera. However, all attempts to establish her identity were unsuccessful. Who was she? Why did she choose to disappear from the public eye? We have no answers for these questions. So, off we go. Number 5. The Falling Man. This shot was taken by photographer Richard Drew on the day of the terrorist attack on September 11th. The photo of the falling man went viral and made it to many news sources worldwide in a matter of hours. The body position of the man in the picture was considered strange by many people, since he was falling almost straightened up, which is extremely difficult to do. The identity of the man in the photo is still a mystery, although many Americans claim they recognized their relative in this picture. The picture became very popular, and the Discovery Channel even filmed a documentary about it in 2007. Number 6. Tank Man. Every war has its unknown heroes, and so does every riot. This photo was taken in Beijing during the riots of 1989. In Tiananmen Square, an unknown young man held up the columns of tanks for half an hour, blocking the way with his body. It's still a mystery who that man was or what happened to him after. Some people believe he was executed a few days later for taking part in the protest. Some sources say he's still alive. In fact, he may not have been the only protester standing in Tank's way that day. But this very picture became the symbol of Tiananmen Square events and one of the most famous photographs of the 20th century.
Oh my God！
诊所一天来来去去的人很多，那就可能。
Number 7. A cell phone in Chaplin's movie. We all love some good old black and white movies, don't we? Especially when it comes to movies with Charlie Chaplin in them. In 2010, a DVD with bonus frames from the filming of Charlie Chaplin's 1928 movie, The Circus, was released. One of the frames shows a woman holding something very similar to a modern cell phone. Director George Clark claimed he found these frames to be proof of time travel. Many skeptics are sure this shot is just a dull marketing hook. But wouldn't it be awesome if time travel existed? Number 8. Astronaut from Solway Firth. This picture might look like an average happy child in a summer field photo. If you give it a second chance, however, you will see why it made it to our selection of mysterious pictures. In 1964, Jim Templeton took a photo of his 5-year-old daughter in the countryside. Jim and his wife said they noticed something unusual in the air that day, something like an electric charge. A few days later, when the film was developed, it was clear there was something extraordinary about the shot. A figure of a man wearing a silver spacesuit is clearly seen in the background. It came as a huge surprise to the family, who denied the presence of that man or any other man in the field. Neither the police nor Kodak experts who were informed about the situation could solve the mystery of the picture of the spaceman who photobombed the Templetons. Number 9. Sir Goddard's Squadron. There is one strange photograph in the photo album of Sir Goddard's Squadron, who fought in the First World War. If you look closely at the back row of soldiers, you'll see an extra face behind the 4th soldier on the left. It is the reason this picture became so incredibly popular and a topic of many discussions. The person with a ghostly face is Freddie Jackson, who died 2 days before the picture was taken. Apparently, he decided to be in the group picture anyway, even though it was taken exactly on the day of his funeral. You can believe this story or be skeptical about, but there are people out there who do research on ghost photos and find it possible for a human spirit to be caught on camera. And number 10, pyramids on the moon. This picture was taken during the mission Apollo 17. It was the last mission NASA sent to the moon in December 1972. Astronauts were actively taking pictures using Hasselblad cameras during the mission. Some of them were just good material for space exploration science, but one turned out to be unique. It might look like an average overexposed photo, and it was first listed as such in the archives. However, if you take a second closer look, you will find something amazing about it. You will see outlines of 2 triangular structures looking very much like the pyramids of Giza. What did these pyramids symbolize? Did the Egyptians travel to the moon to build them? Do aliens know a similar construction technology? Do King Tut and E.T. share the same birthday? These questions have not yet been answered. Don't forget to click subscribe and give thumbs up if you've enjoyed this.
Thank you for watching. It's really amazing. We have a lot of amazing, stunning. So you can say, I am stunned. 我觉得目瞪口呆的话是 ed. I am stunned. S-T-U-N-N-E-D. I'm stunned. 我觉得目瞪口呆。如果是这些照片令人目瞪口呆 ，it is stunning. S-T-U-N-N-I-N-G. Stunning. Oh, I am so stunned with so many photos. And now I would like to talk with our classmates about choose one or two to talk about. The purpose is to practice listening and speaking. 还有呢，我们为什么要聊呢？就是希望大家增进听力，增进呢绘画能力。Can I talk to 陈国军 ？Naomi, can I hear you? 没有。
Hello, I'm here.
Hey, Naomi, can you tell me which one is very stunning?
Stunning. Most of them are stunning to me.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about two photos you are very impressed?
Let me see. The most one to me is the ghost picture.
Yes, 2 days ago he had a funeral. 有
Yeah.
葬，他已经办完丧事了。Funeral 丧事。Yes, it makes me cold. I feel suddenly I feel cold. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird and a little bit scared me.
Yeah, that's true. And another one?
Another one, I don't know. The spaceman behind
Yes.
a little girl.
Yes, that's very weird. Actually, he is the ghost, right? I don't think
Is that a ghost or I don't know, the magic of a picture, image,
technology.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, nobody knows. Actually, it's very, very weird.
Yes.
And from the photo, you can see actually he is very close to the little girl. He is quite big, not very far, right? So,
and overlap.
Yeah,
With
overlap.
the little girl.
It looks like a transparent, 好像有一点小透明的感觉。Yeah, overlap 就是两个重叠嘛。那重叠的意思就是it's possible he is in front of the girl, not behind. 如果在 girl 的后面，一定就是不透明嘛，对不对？So it's
maybe
so weird.
it's God.
Yeah, that's stunning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have something stunning is that about John Kennedy because I've been to Texas. 其实我有去德州，然后他失事的那个地点呢，都有一个纪念馆。So when I look at the photo, I feel like very familiar. And 因为那个纪念馆里面都有很多他的这件事情的照片。And also the lady with a camera, I think. If the lady maybe try to protect herself, so she didn't want to identify. She didn't want to offer her photos. Maybe she was killed already. Because in the end, nobody knows who she is. In the end, so that's mysterious. 非常谜团。Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thank
that
you.
gives us imaginations.
Yeah, it's a lot of imagination, like why she's doing that and why she didn't come out. So thank you, Naomi. See you later. Can I talk to Lin Yijun? Nicole Lin. Hi, Nicole, can you talk to me about two photos that are really impressive for you?
I'm so impressed with number 2, the
Number
Hestalin Valley light.
Say that again. Which light?
Hestalin Valley light.
Yes, I'm very surprised too. It looks very beautiful, actually.
Yes,
I think it looks very romantic. I found it's very romantic. Why don't we just copy the lights and for our Christmas and Chinese New Year? That would be very popular. 如果我们的台南市政府前面有这样的哦，一定是很多人去。That's true. And tell me one more.
And the other one is number 5, the falling man.
Oh, vertically. 垂直下降, right?
Yes.
It's not possible actually, because during 911, and it's kind of going everywhere, every direction. 应该是四面八方, right?
Yeah.
So this one is really, really strange. And so far, nobody has the answer. Nobody. And yeah, even though some people say they know the relatives, but actually the man is not identified. So nobody knows his name yet. So it's a mystery again. Yeah, that's true. So, Nicole, in your life, have you ever seen other mysterious pictures?
Pictures. I saw the pictures with the ghost face.
Are you kidding me? In Taiwan?
Yes.
In Taiwan? Where?
Yeah. A friend showed me the photos because we go out for traveling, and she take a photo in his room, in her room.
Mm-hmm.
And
at night or daytime?
At night.
At night. Mm-hmm.
Yes. She just take the photo with herself, but we saw the picture, some girl's face in the mirror.
Oh my God! Is that a hotel?
Yes, hotel in
So
China.
Oh, China.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. See you later. And I would like to talk to Julia, Hua Cui Fen.
Yes.
Yeah, can you tell me two impressive photos?
I saw a photo is a man stand before the 10 car.
Oh, the 10. Oh,
Right?
Tiananmen. Tiananmen. Yeah. How do you feel about this photo?
I think the man is very brave. And I don't know he is alive or dead.
Yeah, nobody knows he is alive or dead, and nobody knows his name, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows his name. And I'm very surprised because if, for example, if you are his best friend, maybe you will come up and say, I know who he is, and tell the public the name, right? But nobody come out to say, I know him.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
very
strange, right? If he is your brother or your best friend, you must recognize, right? 你一定看得出来, right? But just nobody stands out to say, oh, I know him. He is who? So just such a mysterious photo. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with this photo too. Thank you very much, Julia. Talk to you later.
Thank
you. One more, and then we will come back to our textbook. 借银. Hey, would you please tell me two photos?
Two photos. I am amazing about the photo 9 and the last one.
Photo 9 is about what?
Photo 9 because the man's face is I can see clearly in the man's face in photo. Last one because the last one photo is they took a photo in the moon.
Yes, that's very surprising. Apollo 17, 阿波罗17号所照到的照片。Yes, so pyramid 是那个金字塔。Yeah. So I'm very surprised about the pyramid on the moon too. 长河住在 pyramid 吗？长河住在金字塔里面吗？ Yeah, that's I'm very surprised about that too. And I'm also surprised about something. Do you know, the photo was taken in 1972, 1972年照的照片。However, after 1972, 1972年之后呢，没有人再听说照到那个金字塔的照片，没有人再听说了。That's very weird. If there are this kind of buildings, maybe some space photos will show that again, but actually no. 就是 space 没有人再照到这样的 photo， 只有那一年照到，这就很奇怪哈。Thank you. So have you experienced any strange photos before?
No.
No, me either. Yeah, only on the TV, right? Only on the TV. Sometimes we can see strange things on TV, but not real. Thank you, Jane. See you later. And then now we will go back to 124页。好，so please read after me. Amateur photographer. 业余摄影师。好，下面蓝色的字 enhanced 就是被着迷哈，就是已经着迷那个着迷。enhanced， 再看下面蓝色的字 capture 捕捉。好，最下面最后两个字 sand dune 叫做沙丘。好，沙丘。好，再来看右边 dawn。dawn 呢是晨光，早晨的阳光。再来看最下面的蓝色的字 shadow。影子。好，我们要开始听。
Phone can take a simple picture
So can you
and
hear
transform it into a thing
Yes,
of
I
beauty.
can.
The
Okay,
photo
thank you.
these
Wow.
days, even an amateur photographer, armed only with a smartphone, can take a simple picture and transform it into a thing of beauty. The photos here, however, are a reminder that perhaps the most amazing images are not those enhanced by computer software, but created by nature itself. Photo of camel thorn trees by Franz Lonting. Franz Lonting captured this stunning landscape image of camel thorn trees in a location called Deadflay in Namibia. Due to the nature of the lighting in the frame, the photograph looks like a painting. In the photo, the trees appear against a bright background. The background appears to be an orange-colored sky, but it is in fact a sand dune dotted with white grasses. Lonting got the shot at dawn when the light of the morning sun lit up the dune. The ground looks blue because it's reflecting the color of the sky above. Photo of Camel Shadows by Chris Johns. Chris Johns shot this photo of a group of camels crossing the desert near Lake Assal in Djibouti, one of the lowest points on Earth. The camels appear dark against the light-colored sand. However, what the viewer sees as a camel is actually its shadow. The camels are the thin brown lines. Johns took the photo from straight above the animals. The late afternoon sun casts the long shadows. These days,
各位同学很有趣哦，最后一段非常有趣。 好，我们听最后一段呢，等一下我们再来解说哈，请你仔细的听，然后想一想他在说什么。
Johns. Chris Johns shot this photo of a group of camels crossing the desert near Lake Assal in Djibouti, one of the lowest points on Earth.
Djibouti 是地球最低的地方之一。
The camels appear dark against the light-colored sand.
因为是逆光，所以呢 ，camel 是黑黑的。
However, what the viewer sees as a camel is actually its shadow. The camels are the thin brown lines. Johns took the photo from straight above the animals. The late afternoon sun casts the long shadows.
先不要告诉你答案，好，你想一想，其实这个我觉得很有趣。Wait for me, let's go. 各位同学，他现在呢，这个 YouTube 就是等于我们的最后一段，他要开始解释哦。所以等一下，我先不要说，我要请同学来解释。所以发挥你的听力，然后你的 speaking， 我们等一下请同学来解释是发生什么事情呢？
Take pictures, I think the more infatuated you become with mystery and abstraction and coming at things from a little different angle. I think the more infatuated you become with mystery and abstraction and coming at things from a little different angle than maybe you did when you were first in journalism. And one of the most delightful ways I've found to find abstraction and mystery is from the air. I love just getting up from a new angle, looking at things from a completely different perspective. And then sometimes you'll bump into a big surprise where you've got camels crossing the desert. And at first glance, in the photograph, you think, well, those are the camels. But no, those are the shadows. You'll see more layers to the picture the longer you study the picture. And those abstract, mysterious pictures, I think, become more and more cherished as your career progresses and you mature. The beauty of the camel picture is that it gets to the mirage aspect of the desert. And when you're in a place like Lake Assal, which is reputedly the hottest place on Earth, you live almost in a fog, a mirage, because the heat is so utterly stifling. So that just adds all the more to the sense of mystery and abstraction because you literally feel it out there. Everything's a bit wavy and fuzzy and hard to figure on the first encounter.
So, what do you see? Tell me. It's so interesting now. And I would like to invite our friends to talk about that. Can I talk to Luo Yuzhen, Joanne?
I'm here.
Hi, Joanne.
Hi.
Can you tell me what is interesting here? What happened to you, Joanne?
I have no any idea.
You don't have any idea, okay? So can you read 124?
Okay.
Read. Wait for me. Please read. Chris Jones shot the photo. Go.
Okay, Chris Jones shot this photo of a group of camels crossing the desert near Lake.
Just a moment. Desert.
Desert. One of the lowest points on Earth. The camels.
Just a moment. So when Joanne is reading, please look at 125. 请大家看到125页那个 photo， 然后一边看一边听 Joanne 念哈。Joanne 再继续念。The camels.
The camels appear dark against the light-colored sand. However, what the viewer sees as a camel is actually its shadow. The camels are the thin brown lines. Jones took the photo from the strand above the animals. The later afternoon sun casts the long shadows.
Good. So Joanne, now you understand. Can you look at 125?
Yeah.
What is interesting? Do you know? You don't know, right? Actually, the answer is there. Can you look at 125? Do you see camels?
Yes, I can see the camels.
So, what is the color?
The
What is the
color
color?
is I think the shadow is the dark and some red with some red.
Okay, now Joanne, I would like to tell you what is funny now.
Okay.
Actually, what you say is, yeah, you are right. So you know, actually the camels are brown, right? Not
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
So, 不知道其他的同学有没有知道我们的答案是什么呢？等一下哦，你不要走哈。哎
Okay.
，Sue, can you talk to me? Sue, can you talk to me?
Yes.
Sue, so what do you think 125 is funny?
Funny.
Yeah, what are interesting? Which part is interesting?
The black actually is Camel's shadow.
Yes, thank you, Sue. I found it's very interesting because if I don't read or I don't watch the YouTube, I thought the camels are black. But after I read it, I found, oh, okay, actually, they are not. So Joanne, do you know why the real camels were so small and the shadows are big?
No.
And the answer is there, 124页的最后3行. Can you read again for me? The camels are
the thin brown line. Just took the photo from the strings above the animals.
停，所以它是从正面，有没有？正面照下去，所以正面照下去一定不是 camel 的样子，一定只是照到它的背。So the answer is because he took photos from the above. Above 这个是关键字 ，straight above 就是正上方，从正上方照下去。
Yeah.
That's why the camels are not camels. We cannot see why they are camels. 因为从正上方，所以看不出 camel，反而是影子看得出来。So this is the answer. Thank you, Joanne. 好，Joanne 帮我们念答案了，所以我们就知道这个答案是什么。好，好。Photo of camel from trees. 好，那我们现在要来了解一下上面124页上面这一个图呢。好，大家花1分钟的时间稍微看一下这个图发生什么事情呢？
This is a dry pan.
So do you watch can you watch the YouTube?
Yes, I can hear and watch the YouTube.
Thank you.
Known as dead fly. That is This is a dry pan known as dead fly, with a scattering of camel thorn trees now hard as stone. Many photographers
Camel thorn trees 是树的名字，不是骆驼。
have been here, and my challenge was, of course, to show it in a new way. So I looked for different ways to juxtapose the trees with the dunes, using a telephoto lens to compress the scene, experimenting with a wide-angle lens that would create more space. Now, once the sun is up, the contrast between the dunes lit by the morning sun and the clay pan still in shade became so great that I needed to apply a special graduated neutral density filter to expose the image properly. And as the sunlight moved across the pan, the scene literally changes by the minute. So it really helps to have an idea in mind before you go out there. And I did. I'd scoped out a particularly interesting set of trees, and then it became a matter to finesse the details, executing the image in different ways. Less depth of field blurs out the background, as you can see here. But when I close my aperture down all the way, I could render the grasses on the dunes in the background more crisply. By the time I'd figured out all these technical details, the sun had almost reached the pan, and this was the magical moment. When this image was published in the Geographic, It went viral on the internet. I think something like 500,000 people looked at it in the course of 2 days, and many of them wondered whether it was a painting. And others thought it was heavily altered in Photoshop, but it wasn't. It was purely a matter of being in the right place at the right time with an idea in mind. Now, you do need serendipity from time to time. Sometimes things just happen. Like after I composed this image, suddenly these early morning hikers walked into the scenes, and I said, thank you very much. But 5 minutes later, when the sun started creeping across the pan, the magic is gone, because now it no longer looks quite as surreal as it did in that earlier image. And 10 minutes later, it was a totally different scene. By the time the first tourists arrived, we were done.
Welcome back. 所以呢，我们知道呢，它是如何造出来的。This photographer mentioned about you need a right place and the right time， 就是那个时间对了，时间不对就呈现另外一种。所以 actually 看到 orange 的地方呢 ，orange 的地方其实就是那个 sand dune， 就是沙堆、沙丘。就是124页左边的最后2个字 sand dune， 可是呢，这样照起来却是如此的梦幻让我们觉得艺术有很多方面。I appreciate the beauty of nature and the skills of photographers. Please look at 125. 请看125页。Building vocabulary. A. Choose the correct words. 刚才讲到 enhance 呢，要再说明一下，其实是呢，使增强或使丰富。譬如说，I can enhance my photos by software。我可以让我的照片呢更丰富，用软体。好，所以呢 ，enhance 呢是变好还是变不好呢？我们要请同学来做一下125页哈，只有5题，先做1分钟。佩珍 here。
Yes.
Hey Jenny, would you please help me with number 1?
So sorry, which?
125页中间下面。
If you enhance.
Yes.
If you enhance something, you make it better.
Yes, great. Number 2.
If you are an amateur, you don't get paid for what you do.
Yeah, 业余。Number 3.
You can capture an image with a camera.
Great. 你可以捕捉那个影像。Number 4. Dawn.
Dawn is in the morning.
Yes. 5.
You make a shadow by blocking sun. Light.
对 ，blocking 呢就是遮。譬如说我们的防晒乳液叫做 sunblock 就是防晒乳液，那 block 就遮起来。所以我们为了要有影子，我们要遮光，而不是声音。Thank you, Jenny. Jenny, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, what is the most impressive photo from the 10 photos?
The Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark Knight, 黑夜武士。
Yeah, I think it maybe it's an alien from space.
I think it's alien too. So you believe there are aliens, right?
Maybe somewhere, sometime, yes.
Yeah, actually, according to FBI in America, they admit that there were aliens. So, yeah, 好像是真的在新闻上 ，FBI 承认是不是？有承认有 aliens. So, according to Hawking, 你知道霍金博士吗？哈。He said, "Don't send any message out." 因为听说有一些国家想要留一些 message 给外星人，然后那个 Hawking 呢，霍金博士说千万不要，因为你留了，他就知道要去哪里攻击你。Maybe they are looking for a new planet to live. So Be careful. Don't send any message out. Yeah. Thank you. I'm very
Thank
interested
you.
in space too, because when I was in high school or junior high, I already thought that maybe there are aliens. You know, when we were teenagers, 当我们是十几岁的少女的时候 we really like to get together and to talk about aliens. Like, hey, do you know there is alien in America and maybe someday we will move to Mars. 有一天我们可能会去火星哦。可是现在呢，就越来越可能了。After 马斯克 MUSK 呢，这个字非常有趣。马斯克的小写叫做麝香，麝就是一个鹿在一个射箭的射，那个麝香。好，所以呢，马斯克呢 already try to arrive Mars, but we don't know yet. Maybe someday. Thank you. And then thank you. See you later. And then we talk about page 126. 126页上面有粗体字，有没有？然后呢，这些粗体字呢，要把它填到previewing 这边来。好 ，previewing 就是 not fake looking。好，我们先念粗体字的部分。So would you please read after me?
Yes.
Combine.
Combine.
结合、综合、合起来。Realistic.
Realistic.
现实的、真实的。Illusion.
Illusion.
叫做幻影或是幻象。Tricks.有点像把戏，变把戏那个把戏，或是变把戏，或是呢愚弄别人的一些小把戏的意思。好，再一遍 combine. Realistic. Illusion. Tricks. 好，请把它填进来哈。I would like to do something else. Now let's get started. 如果你想要很认真的看稿，其实不用，因为它有字幕。然后如果你想要再复习的话，你都可以打它的字，你可以用它的字搜寻 YouTube。还有演讲稿在153页11的地方哈。好，然后呢，等一下我们看完的时候呢，要来回答问题。首先呢，So would you please tell me the answers? Not fake looking 会是什么？不是假的，那会是什么
Realistic.
Yes. Bingo. Number 2, something that seems real but isn't. 好像真的，可是又不是。
Illusion.
Number 3, deceive or fool. 欺骗。
Tricks.
Yes. Number 4, join into one. 把它合成一个。
Combine.
Yes. Thank you for the answers. Correct. Now we will watch text.
So, I'm here to share my photography. Or is it photography? Because of course, this is a photograph that you can't take with your camera. Yet my interest in photography started as I got my first digital camera at the age of 15. It mixed with my earlier passion for drawing, but it was a bit different. Because using the camera, the process was in the planning instead. And when you take a photograph with a camera, it's just, the process ends when you press the trigger. So to me, it felt like photography was more about being at the right place at the right time. I felt like anyone could do that. So I wanted to create something different, something where the process starts when you press the trigger. Photos like this, construction going on along a busy road, but it has an unexpected twist. And despite that, it retains a level of realism. Or photos like these. both dark and colorful, but all with a common goal of retaining the level of realism. When I say realism, brief moment to think, to figure out the trick.
Now, can you hear that?
So it's more about capturing
Yes,
an
I
idea
can.
than about capturing a moment,
Thank
really. But what's the trick that makes it look realistic? Is it something about the details or the colors? Is it something about the light? What creates the illusion?
Illusion.
Sometimes the perspective is the illusion. But in the end, it comes down to how we interpret the world and how it can be realized on a two-dimensional surface. It's not really what is realistic, it's what we think looks realistic, really. So I think the basics are quite simple. I just see it as a puzzle of reality, where you just can take different pieces of reality and put it together to create an alternate reality. And let me show you a simple example. Here we have three perfectly imaginable physical objects, something we all can relate to living in a three-dimensional world. But combined in a certain way, they can create something that still looks three-dimensional, like it could exist. But at the same time, we know it can't. So we trick our brains because our brain simply doesn't accept the fact that it doesn't really make sense. And I see the same process with combining photographs. It's just really about combining different realities. So the things that make a photograph look realistic, I think it's the things that we don't even think about, the things all around us in our daily lives. But when combining photographs, this is really important to consider, because otherwise it just looks wrong somehow. So I would like to say that there are three simple rules to follow to achieve a realistic result. As you can see, these images aren't really special, but combined they can create something like this. So the first rule is that photos combined should have the same perspective. Secondly, photos combined should have the same type of light. And these two images both fulfill these two requirements, shot at the same height and in the same type of light. The third one is about making it impossible to distinguish where the different images begin and end, by making it seamless. Make it impossible to say how the image actually was composed. So, by matching color, contrast, and brightness in the borders between the different images, adding photographic defects like depth of field, desaturated colors, and noise. Erase the borders between the different images and make it look like one single image, despite the fact that one image can contain hundreds of layers, basically. So, here's another example. One might think this is just an image of a landscape and the lower part is just manipulated. But this image is actually entirely composed of photographs from different locations. I personally think that it's easier to actually create a place than to find a place, because then you don't need to compromise with the ideas in your head. But it does require a lot of planning. And getting this idea during winter, I knew that I had several months to plan it, to find the different locations for the pieces for the puzzle, basically. So, for example, the fish is captured on a fishing trip. The shores are from a different location. The underwater part is captured in a stone pit. And yeah, I even turned the house on top of the island red to make it look more Swedish. So, to achieve a realistic result, I think it comes down to planning. It always starts with a sketch, an idea. Then it's about combining the different photographs. And here, every piece is very well planned. And if you do a good job capturing the photos, the result can be quite beautiful and also quite realistic. So, all the tools are out there. And the only thing that limits us is our imagination. Thank you.
Okay, we are back. Now I would like to talk about something. 请大家看最后153页的地方。 153页的地方看 Unit 11。好，我们要学一点呢，一点重要的技巧。好，请看 Part 2第二部分，然后第二段的地方。So the first rule is that photos combined should have the same perspectives. 好，所以最重点都在这一段。So can you read after me? So the first rule.
So the first rule is the photos combined should have the same
perspectives. 好，观点或是呢它的位置哈，譬如说它的角度，sorry， 你也可以翻译成角度哈。本来是观点的意思，在这里是角度，什么意思呢？如果你要把两张合起来呢，你的角度要一样，高低要一样。好，这是第一个技巧。好，第二个技巧呢 ，Secondly, photos combined should have the same type of light. So,
secondly, photos combined should have the same type of light.
好，要有一样的光，譬如说一个光很亮，一个光很暗，或是一个是橘色光，那当然大家一看就知道了。所以光的那个种类式样啊，要相似。And these two images both fulfill these two requirements.
And these two images both fulfill these two requirements.
好，这样两个影像呢，都会符合 fulfill 叫实现哈，都会实现呢两种必须哈 requirement 就是要求 shot at the same height，
shot at the same height，
就是呢在同样的高度拍摄 ，and in the same type of light，
and in the same type of light，
好，类似的光。The third one is about make it impossible.
The third one is about making it impossible
to distinguish where the different images begin.
Where the different images begin
and end.
By
making it seamless.
And ended by making it seamless.
Seamless 叫无缝的，无缝接轨，无缝的。好 ，seamless。所以重点呢，第三个重点呢，就是呢，distinguish 叫分辨。再讲一遍 ，distinguish。
distinguish。
Good, distinguish 分辨，就是要让人家呢 make it impossible， 让他无法呢分辨哪里是头，哪里是尾，这是很重要的第三点哈。Where the different images begin and end， 所以说本来是一条路，那一条路为什么最后变成布呢？从哪里开始不知道，这样才可以哈，就是无缝接轨。Make it impossible to say.
Make it impossible to say.
How the image actually was composed.
How the image actually was composed.
让他无法分辨呢，那个 image 呢是如何变合成 ，compose 呢是编制合成。好，那个 say 呢，其实你可以把它打叉，然后变成 tell， 因为他是瑞典人，所以他的英文有时候就比较没有那么的完美哈，所以他的文法有点怪怪的。好，所以 tell 呢在中文叫做分辨哈。It's impossible to tell how the image actually was composed。所以呢，抓到这三个重点呢，每一个人都可以 P 图。好，所以现在是有点歪风，在 其他的在以前 P 图其实也是可以是一种艺术，但是他有讲到一个很重要的概念，你要如何把这个图呢？到底是要放右边、左边、前面、后面、上面、下面，怎么弄呢？其实有一个 keyword 叫 planning，P-L-A-N-N-I-N-G， 所以 Part 3呢的第二行 planning 就是很重点。那 planning 呢要画一个sketch S-T-E-C-H 就是叫做什么图哦，就是一个草稿，你要一个草稿。好，我们来念第3段，然后So to achieve a realistic result.
So to achieve a realistic result.
为了要实现一个真实的结果I think it comes down to planning.
I think it comes down to planning.
Planning. Good. 好，为了要看起来很真实，我们是需要计划的。It always starts with a sketch.
It always starts with a sketch.
Start with 就是呢从点点点开始 ，sketch 叫做草图。好 ，sketch。好 ，sketch 就是一个草图，所以你要计划，然后觉得这样子好吗 ？Then it's about combining.
Then it's about combining
the different photos. And here, every piece is very well planned.
And here, every piece is very well planned.
这个作者呢，他把它形容，他所呈现的艺术呢，就好像一个 puzzle，P-U-Z-Z-L-E， 就像我们在拼图的一个结构。所以呢，每一个 piece 就是每一个小小的这个拼图呢，都要计划好。And if you do a good job, capturing the photos, the result can be quite beautiful.
The result can be quite beautiful.
Be quite beautiful.
Be quite beautiful.
会相当的漂亮 and also quite realistic.
And also quite realistic.
Quite realistic.
Quite realistic.
Very good. So all the tools are out there.
So all the tools are out there.
所有的工具都在那里。And the only thing that limits us is our imagination. 所以所有的工具都在那里，但是只有一件事情可以限制我们 ，limits us 叫做限制，那就是我们的想象力 ，imagination。好，这里有一些音我们要来正音，因为这个很像哈。首先，影像或是照相相片呢，我们叫做image，属 image。好，所以你想到影像叫做image，然后动词呢的想象叫 imagine。对，所以两个字呢，就是一个是动词，一个是名词。然后如果是想象力呢 ，imagination。好，很好，再一遍哦。影像 image。想象的动词 imagine。对，譬如说 I cannot imagine， 我没有办法想象。好，然后呢，想象力 imagination。 ？Imagination。
Imagination。
好，我要考你了。就是相片或是影像。
Image。
Good。然后想象的动词。
Imagine。
Very good。然后想象力。
Imagination。
Great。 Wonderful。 好，那我们现在要回去看一下前面，就是他要讲到一个概念，就是 2D、3D。那 2D 怎么说呢？看一下 dimension， 帮我找一下有没有人看到 3D、2D 在哪里。So dimensional means 3D， 如果2D 平面的话呢，就是 2-dimensional。好 ，So can you read 2-dimensional？
2-dimensional。
3-dimensional。
3-dimensional。
对 ，3D 是立体的 ，2D 是平面。好，这是他有提到的部分。Okay. Now can we go back to page 126 126页的地方？我们先来做一下题目。先看到 Johnson's passion for photography mixed with his earlier interest in 什么？其实呢，要回答这些问题，可能还要再看一遍。不知道你还记得吗？素，你还记得刚才的演讲吗？看到126的 A number 1， 你有没有印象
？Drawing。
Yes, very good drawing. Number 2.
I don't remember.
Okay. And number 3.
Before, I guessed.
And I don't tell you. And let's say, okay, V 的部分哈。The two photos should have the same 这我有帮你复习耶。
Perspective.
Yes, you are very smart, Sue. You are right. Perspectives. 没有，我等一下再听一次，然后大家一定要把它填进去。Number 2, two photos should have the same type of
light.
Yes, 这我有帮你复习哦。好 ，Number 3, the two photos should be seamless 无缝。So you can see where one 什么
？One not sure.
Okay, no problem. So 我们就针对这2题。好，所以呢，我们一边听一边复习，可是要把它，素有给我们部分答案，部分而已。所以呢，我们再加油一下啊。So Sue, let's come back. 126 126页，再对一次答案。Okay. So number 2.
Ants.
Number 2.
Number 2. Ants.
The two photos should have the same type of
light.
Yeah, light 光要一样。Number 3, the two photos should be seamless, so you can see where one
begin.
对 begin， 然后我们要加 s， 因为句子有点不像哈。One， 所以 begin 加 s，and the other
ends.
Yes 加 s， 另一端开始，另一端结束，然后我们要分不出来。Very good. So now look at A1 drawing. A2 呢?
Ends.
When you take the photo. Yes. Number 3.
After he takes the photo.
After he takes the photo. You are right. Very good. We have 20 minutes. And now we learn some vocabulary and then we learn some photos. So please prepare 1 minute to talk to me. 准备1分钟，你可以写下来，也可以不写。但是我叫到你的时候，你要跟我聊一下。好 ，Let's prepare. You can talk. You can make sentences. 你也可以把我们学到的单词，然后造成一个句子。虽然不是真的，可是造句嘛，对不对？然后你也可以说说 哦，你今天学到什么？然后用英文说1分钟。No, Max, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Max. What would you like to talk? Would you like to talk about impressive photos, or would you like to make a sentence, please? You choose.
I want to talk about the impressive photo.
Okay, I
Just
would
like
like to.
the
Just a moment. Max always say, "I would like to." I would like to.
I would like to.
Very good. So you would like to talk about photos, please go ahead.
Yeah, the just like the monster, because I saw in the 10 impressed the incredible
Yeah.
picture. I just
Yeah. Do
let
you
me
believe?
the
Yeah.
I not believe, but I very curious about what's is very curious about
Actually, I'm
this
very curious.
photo. Yeah.
Because they explain that in that year, actually there is no software of photo. 那时候没有软体。
Yes.
It's difficult to make a fake photos. When
Yeah.
I was a teenager, I also talk to my classmates very often. We kind of believe there is a huge animal in the water. It's always very interesting when you are very young. You like to talk about that very often with your friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, according to the YouTube, they say they don't have this kind of software to
Yeah.
edit a photo, but yeah, but there is another question. Actually, I was very interested, so I did a little bit research. So some people say if it's true, then this kind of animal must be very easy to be attacked, 很容易被攻击。
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
yeah, because maybe people will attack them and also try to catch them and hurt them. Also, there is another question is that other animals maybe will bite them, 可能会咬它一下，对不对？ Because they want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
protect themselves. So it's very, very difficult to survive.
Yeah, so for this picture, he always let everybody have many imagination.
Yes, imagination. That's
Yeah.
why when we were in high school, we like to talk about that, because when we were young, we have a lot of imagination. But now we kind of, we think it's not possible. And so we kind of lose our imagination little by little. 越长大就渐渐失去 imagination, 对不对?
Yes.
That's true. Oh, that's very impressive too. I'm very curious about that too. I also do research about this kind of animal in 博斯吗？在英国，我忘记什么斯了，汉斯还是什么？OK，什么尼斯湖怪？
尼斯湖怪，
Yeah，尼斯湖怪 is very similar to this shape， 这样形状有点像恐龙嘛，尼斯。
Yeah， 尼斯湖。
Yeah, that's very impressive. Thank you. Max, can you tell me another one? Second photo, which one is impressive?
Is a 40 man. Because the 40 man is very I can believe this photo how to make it because the man is just falling down and very gentle the falling down.
Oh, gently. Oh no, because
Gently.
他把它放慢了，没有这么 gentle.
Okay.
The strange thing is not about gently, it's about upside down.
Upside down.
就是头颠倒 upside down, upside. So upside, UPSIDE, 然后 down, DOWN. upside down， 叫做头。
upside down.
And the direction is really straight， 很直，有没有很直
Yes.
So it's not about gently because they just make it slow.
Okay.
They just try to make it slow. Yeah, that's it. And I was curious about if the one who took this photo can save him. 如果你有时间照相，你会不会想办法救他？ Is that possible?
Yes. Because I maybe he have the I think is very dangerous. So you will put some you will help him to how to save his life.
Yeah, because there is a famous photo, the 普利兹奖. There was a photographer who took a photo about a hungry baby, and there was a very big bird try to eat the baby. 好像有一只大秃鹰要吃那个非洲的肚子饿的小孩，然后呢，他就得了普利兹奖。What happened is that people criticize this photographer because they say, why do you took a photo about this baby? Why you didn't save this baby? So 你为什么要照这个一只秃鹰要吃那个 baby， 然后就没有去救他 ？So in the end， 他得了普利兹奖之后呢，他自杀了 ，because the people from the world try to criticize him, and then he just commit suicide. Yeah. Thank you, Max. Very interesting photos. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
See you later. And I would like to see some students write something. Oh, okay. Who wrote something? I would like to talk to Roy Zhen. Joanne, can you talk a little bit more? Yeah.
Here.
Please.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, can you talk about more your opinion? 你的意见.
Okay.
I saw you wrote, so can you just share with us? You say you cannot believe the word. No.
Yeah, because today's technology can change everything. So
it's true.
Until now, yeah, you can do everything if you have the imagination.
Yeah. Again, I would like to say, try to respect copyright. 要那个什么，那个 copyright 中文叫著作权，哈，大家要注重著作权，还有人像权。It's really difficult to believe. 所以呢 we are smart. We don't trust the first photo. 如果有人第一个时间说出什么 photo， 不要马上就以讹传讹，应该就是要 observe, stop and observe， 先停下来，然后观察一下，不要太早去批评人家。That's true. Thank you, Joanne. We should be very careful about that. And Cindy, 郑信丽, are you here? And Joanna, 李佑贤, are you here? 都去跨年了吗？太早了吧。Green, are you here? 杨文成。And Li Yizhen, are you here?
I'm here. Hi.
Yeah. Please share your opinions.
About the
anything you want, or you want to make sentences.
Any
opinion.
Anything about anything?
Yes, about anything, because we are practicing speaking.
So you just mentioned about the photographer that he did a photo shoot, the Africa. So people also judge him, but
Yes.
I heard this is actually a different story.
Oh, really? Tell me, please.
Actually, the little girl in the end, at beginning people say that little girl were just dying in there, but the truth is that the little girl doesn't die, and she survived.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's
But
great.
but still, the photographer, that guy, still commit suicide because I
Oh.
think it's too. I think the public opinion about him is too much for him to handle.
Yeah, he cannot deal with that. That's true. Oh, actually, I didn't say she is dead. I just said I didn't know. She was alive or dead. But I just remember that the photographer committed suicide in the end. That is too sad. Yeah.
But the thing is that people talk, and then from one to the other, maybe the story changed. At beginning, the story was this, and in the end, actually the story was a different things. So
Oh,
it's just
so do you know which one is true? Which story is true?
I don't know either which one to
Yeah, so confusing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So there are two versions. 有两种版本。
And also now it's even get worse because now we are all affected by the social media like Facebook, Instagram, those social media things. So I think people easily get affected by the fake news.
Mm-hmm. Affected by fake news. That's true. And then so internet can kill people now, and it happened. So we say it's a net bully. 网络霸凌. Yeah, net bully. So people can bully others in many ways, and through internet is the very direct way. So be careful. 不要太在乎别人的掌声，因为在乎别人的掌声的同时，也一定非常在乎别人的批评。我觉得是清心寡欲吧。Stay calm, stay humble， 就不要别人赞美你就自己很得意，然后人家批评你就很伤心。所以 stay calm 就是保持冷静，保持 humble 谦虚，然后呢，be proud of yourself。proud 是好的，就是以自己为傲，但是不需要太招摇这样子。Thank you. That's very good to share with you. 谢谢你的分享。好 ，Now, please look at page 128, 129页。Because I have cats, I found it very beautiful. 就是有一只豹，然后跟老鹰合在一起。I found that they have very similar feathers. 它们的那个图样很像哦。所以刚才有提到3个重点，素有帮我们复习3个重点。一个是 same perspectives， 就是你的那个高度呢要一样。然后呢，第二个要 similar light， 第3个是什么呢？What was the third one？ When you combine, right? When you combine them, make it, you have to 把它 make it difficult to tell， 要把它呢变成很难分辨。Well, one 有一端呢是如何开始的，对不对？好，Can you continue where one begins and 另外一端
the other ends.
the other and 因为第三人称单数，所以我们要加 s， 所以把握这些原则就可以制造这样子的图片。好，Sue, can you quickly tell me about what vocabularies do you learn today? 你今天学到什么 vocabulary？ 你可以翻书没关系。
Perspective
对 perspective 观点或是角度，观点或角度。好，还有呢
realistic
譬如说这个是可以造句 realistic 可以造句。Some people Some people are not brave to face the truth. 有些人呢不够勇敢的来面对真相。They don't want to look at realistic facts. 他们不想要看到真实的什么呢 ？Perspective yes 也可以。我们就把它合起来，两个单字合起来。有些人他不想要看到 realistic perspectives， 他们不想要看到真实的那一面。好，继续，请说你的单词可以看。
capture
哦 capture 好 capture 呢这个字很好用，譬如说 police already captured the crime， 警察抓到犯罪者也可以用 capture。然后呢，我抓住了灵感，当然也可以啊。I capture my inspiration。还有 capture image， 今天学的 image。还有呢，再来
enhance。
好 enhance 呢，我们中文会叫做使丰富、使增添光彩、使更好。所以塑造一个句子 enhance， 我们可以 enhance 什么呢
？Enhance our computer software。
enhance our computer 什么
？software。
software。那如果硬体的话呢 ？hardware， 我们的硬体也可以 enhance 哦，把我们的照相机弄好一点把我们的什么弄好一点也是可以的。好，非常感谢大家在今年最后一天的上班时间呢，跟 Christine 度过，谢谢。